If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, how can I learn to loosen up with strangers? Answer by Isha Tadvi. It's hard. I know it's hard. But loosening up with strangers is absolutely worth it. It exposes you to different cultures, perspectives, and ideas. First and foremost, make sure you allow yourself to leave your comfort zone. Nothing extraordinary ever happens in your comfort zone. Make sure you make the first move. And remember to smile. The stranger is probably just as nervous and terrified as you. Allow yourself to take a deep breath, smile, and say hi. It portrays you as outgoing and friendly and will make the individual want to engage in conversation with you. Find something similar both of you are interested in. It helps break the ice. Who knows, maybe by stepping out of your comfort zone, you might even end up finding your partner. After all, everyone we're close with today in our life at one point started out as a complete stranger. All my closest friends I have today were at one point strangers. I remember stressing myself out trying to start conversation with them. I had to start most of the conversation, but it resulted in some of my closest friendships. In these types of unknown situations, it's quite essential to be authentically yourself. Some of the biggest mistakes people make is that they try to be someone else to be liked by the stranger. Dumbest decision ever. Be 110% yourself, and if the person is meant to be in your life, they'll come back for sure. These characteristics won't develop overnight, but they do require constant practice. I hope you meet new people soon and enjoy new company. Answer by James Hafer-Laren. It's all about perspective. You are probably closed up around stranger because you can't find a connection between you and them. You can actually be at ease by remembering that no matter how powerful and smart and hot they are today, they once looked like this, helpless and incredibly annoying but fun because they have cheeks we can play with. You can also remember that they do this every day. And when we all die, we would have relatively the same tombstones that is mostly likely to be more boring than this. You can also remember that life is not all daisies and unicorns for everyone. We all have our highs and lows. There are chances those people around you have experienced this more than this, so aim to give them more of the last. Meet them with the aim of making them smile and have a good time. See your interaction as a gift and not as an intrusion. If they reject you, they are only rejection a chance to smile, and you can always go make someone else smile. I told you it's all about your perspective. Answer by Anka Regmi. I can understand very well what you mean. I was also a serious guy back when I was in high school, so much so that strangers would be a bit reluctant to even ask me for a spare pen or what time it was. I realized this and I thought to myself, this wasn't how I wanted things to be. Sure, a brooding serious attitude sounded cool but wasn't great at all, and I decided to change things. So there are the specific things I worked on to tell people that I was just a normal person, and it was just that I tend to listen more than I speak, and that's all. So here goes nothing. I started smiling more often, and this is the first thing a stranger will find welcoming about another person, so stick to a small smile, not too big, not a grin, but a small smile. Make eye contact, and although you might have the urge to look away, start practicing saying hi first and don't wait for them to start. This takes you a long way. Something that's most important for people who can't loosen up or be open like you and me is a demarcation. I made a demarcation of how much I was going to let out when talking to people, and also that was the demarcation of how much personal I can get with the questions I ask. There will be some things you won't say and some things you won't ask about. That made me quite comfortable with handling conversations when I thought I couldn't open up because I felt vulnerable. So keep that in mind. The biggest mistake people make in conversations is that they think they have to prove something to the other person or impress them. The conversation turns into a twisted bragging contest or a debate, and this especially applies to guys, so be cool and keep in mind, you ain't gotta impress anyone. You just wanna talk and have a good time, that's all. Make a habit of being inquisitive and be genuinely interested about other people. Don't ask age-old questions everybody does, but look at the person and ask relevant questions. It'll take some time, but asking the right question can take you a long way than just the shitty old "what's up?" And that pretty much did it. With some time and practice, you will feel like stranger interactions are just normal. It'll get easier and easier for you, and if you're a teenager, then once your teen years are complete, things will get a whole lot easier, believe me. You'll get over it, and I'm sure you'll be just fine. Cheers.